So I lied again. I am only making this video just because this is literally the last ever replica that I ever want. For those of you who follow or subscribe to my channel, some of you may know that I had a WeTech ACR, and for those of you who know, I absolutely loved that thing. Like when I first got it, like I was just like that was pretty much the only thing I was using. Probably due to because the 416 that I had wasn't functioning, but it was also the fact that I really did like the ergonomics of the WeTech MSK. And as some of you may know, obviously WeTech ain't the greatest. So I swapped two different gas blowback replicas. Let me move my chair. I have the ISO 556, right there, ISO 556, and then I have the Daniel Defense Mark 18. The Mark 18 I bought just because I didn't have a gas blowback. That was right after the WeTechs broke. So I was like, I need a gas blowback. So yeah, kind of impulsive, but it's okay. But I got that, and I liked it, but not all that much. Also, excuse my shorts. So I got this because this is more adjacent to the ACR. You know, it has a forward charging handle, somewhat similar ergonomics, but realistically, the BNT is nowhere near the same as the ACR. The stock is similar, though, the MBT stock. I did like that. So, just like the real steel market, and there were some people in the real steel market, they were left wanting something similar to the ACR. And what do you know? That from my home state, they made one. And I had been absolutely dying to have an airsoft replica of it because I want the real steel one so fucking bad. So I am so happy that Double Eagle decided to make. Oh, didn't get all the tape out. 1 second. There we go. I am so happy that Double Eagle decided to make. Holy shit! Oh my god! Oh my god! Okay. The PSA this way. The PSA Jackal, and it's 13.7. Oh my god! And this is the exact one that I want real steel. It comes with the trades and everything. I don't think the camera's gonna pick it up. I think the lighting's fucking too bad. But holy man, I got this from Airsoft Tiger. I think it's like 111HK, something like that.com. But yeah, it looks so fucking good. As you can see, they have it wrapped with the orange tape indicating that it is an airsoft replica on the mag as well, and it comes with a federally mandated orange tip. Let's just let's just get into this. Holy shit! Oh my god! Actually, the weight. The weight is actually no, never mind. It was like when I was holding it like kind of at the front, like it is pretty front heavy, just like the real one. But yeah. Anyway, so it does have the trades. There's the Jackal, and it's covered right there. But there's that, and then right there. If it wants to focus, Palmetto State Armory, West Columbia, South Carolina. There it is, yeah. And that's where I stay right now. That's where I currently am at. 1 second. Take this tape off. And there it is. Jackal 556. Oh my god, man. Holy. And again, I was talking to my friend about this because I was like, there is no possible way that PSA themselves would make a jackal, and the likeliness of the jackal coming to the airsoft market is very very slim. But holy shit, I'm so glad I was wrong. I'm so glad I was wrong. One second, I got a phone call. All right. Yes. So I was on the phone, but excitement aside, let's get into it. So off the bat, like when I picked it up, I noticed there was like a slight bit of a clanking sound. Let me try to move my mic up. There is the slightest bit. There's a little bit of play between the lower and upper receiver. Will that hinder any firing functions? I guess we can test that in a bit. Same with the stock. There's a little bit of wobble, but realistically, once it's in your shoulder, like it's not really like flexing or anything. It feels sturdy. Like I don't feel like it's gonna like bend or break or whatever whenever I put it in my pocket. The pocket on my shoulder. But even like this, like still a little bit of rattle, but I usually have it about like 3 notches, like I had on my WeTech MSK. And oh my god, this thing feels so nice. It feels really nice. Man, this thing feels nice. All right. Try not to be too biased. So yeah, there's a little bit of play between the lower and upper receiver. And then again, a little bit of rattling in the stock. Will it hinder anything? I mean, we can put a mag in here and see if it hinders firing. More than likely, it's not going to, because even real rifles do that sometimes. But I'm not too concerned about it because this is a toy, as indicated everywhere. So I'm not really too concerned about it. But out of the box, it does come with, I think they said this is the version 2. I believe this is the version 2 Double Eagle D-Mag. And I heard that it is significantly better than their previous magazines. Their gas mags. It also comes with a muzzle device. It opens from this side. Yeah, it opens from this side. It's like stapled. There we go. Comes with its own muzzle device. I wonder if you can fit a suppressor to that. It looks like one of those muzzle devices that like this the suppressor kind of locks onto. Those like little lugs right there. And then a jamming rod. And on the front of the packaging, also, I don't know why the box came inside out, unless they just package it like this. No, it's inside out. I don't know why it came inside out. I believe that's just whenever it ships to the US, because other videos I saw, it was a cardboard box on the outside, and then it was the actual Double Eagle box on the inside, like the full box, like not, inside out. Oh, and right here, if it'll focus, I think the lighting's just way too bright. Mine doesn't adjust. But it does say, there it goes, end pass inside. So at the front of the box, obviously it has my shipping information, and then it has the parts explosion, and it has the owner's manual. But what caught my eye is this. They have a sheet for their muzzle velocity test. I think it says at 0.2 gram joules. First shot, you're at 0.92 joules. And then all the way down to the 10th shot, you're back at 0.92 joules. But out of the box, at 0.2 grams, it still shoots at most fields 0 foot. I know that my home field, Airsoft Charleston, 0 foot is, I think, under 1.5 joules. Under 1.5 joules is going to be 0 foot. So I use 0.3s, so it's not really going to be shooting that hot anyway. And if out of the box, that's what they tested it at before they shipped it, I believe this thing is already ready out of the box. And the end pass is already pre-installed. I'll probably have to, yeah, I'll have to take a picture of that. Charging the rifle does feel very, very smooth. So like about right here, there's a small little wall when you get right here. Like just with my finger. Small little wall to get past whenever you charge it initially and then all the way back. But that feels really, really smooth and very, very nice. And it is non-reciprocating. The charging handle is free floating. What else? What else? Mag fitment. So, as you saw, it comes with the standard version 2. Oh. Standard version 2 double eagle DMag. And it does fit very nice. No wobble at all. The wobble you're hearing is from the stock. No wobble at all. But the other TM style mags that I have are the Lancer Tactical mags. Let's test the fitment of these. A little bit of wobble. You can hear it as well. A little bit of wobble, but I bet these would still fire. I have gas in here? I do have gas in here. So just test fire real quick. That feels so fucking nice. Holy. It has a very, very, very nice kick. That is a very nice, solid, and like nice and punchy kick. Gas. But that feels really, really nice. And obviously this doesn't come gassed, right? Yeah, it doesn't come gassed, so I'm gonna have to put some in there. Do I have another one that's empty that has gas in it? Here. This is a much less structured review video as opposed to my other ones. Like, I don't know if my camera's picking it up that well, but it feels absolutely incredible. Like the recoil on this is nice and punchy. Like, let me see if I can open it up. I want to see how large this bolt is. I've watched videos on this already, obviously. Yeah, and from those videos, I did see that a lot of these parts internally are made of steel. For a more in-depth video, I highly recommend Jaeger Precision. He went completely in-depth. He had 2 replicas. He had one that was sent to him, and then one that he bought himself because he was already looking into this replica before they sent it out to him. But I highly recommend watching Jaeger Precision. He actually went in depth with this one. But what I do know from his video is that the parts that are most important are made of steel. But this bolt, I mean, that has a good bit of weight to it. It's not like heavy like the, which way do I have to turn? My camera's all kind of fucked up. But not similar to the Mark 18's bolt. The Mark 18's bolt is pretty heavy. And like most AR style gas blowback bolts are going to be a lot heavier. But it still has a very, very nice kick to it. And it's actually pretty well lubed out of the box. So if this was like literally something you wanted to take straight to the field out of the box, you absolutely can. But yeah. What else do I want to look at? It does come with this Kung Fu style grip. I personally am not a fan of these types of grips. My brother is, but I don't know. Like, along with this being like slim, I like a grip that's a little bit more like full, that like fits in my hand really well. I think I said that when I made that when I made the initial review on the Mark 18. But I ended up putting that grip on here. And I just like how full this is. I feel a lot more confident just like, you know, my whole hand being like completely around the grip, you know? I do like this thing. I do like the ISO 556, but I only got this because I wanted the Jackal. And this is like the most It's the most similar to it, kind of. The main thing is just the charging handle. But ISO 556 does feel really good. But honestly, the DWS Lupus, it is something that I have been waiting for, and I said was my dream replica that would probably never be made into airsoft, but here it fucking is. I am going to field this before I go like somewhat in depth about how it feels, how it shoots, and all that. What it chronos at 0.3s, because I only use 0.3 gram BBs. So I'm going to go play with this replica. I'm actually going to go out to the field and play with this before I have my true thoughts on it.
Straight at my 12 at the brown box right here. I can't tell if he's blue or yellow.
He's hit.
He's blue.
Damn.
I think. That's why I was trying to ask you what he was, because you got the LPVO. Over here, at distance, he said your gun hitting soft.
Yeah.
Let you know.
Down one, down one. Down one.
Hurt.
Reload.
Walk the door.
Hurt. This thing kicks so nice.
3, 2, 1.
Oh, he was back there again. Down one, behind mousetrap. I will say, I might need to actually adjust the hop up or end pass, because I see them, they're shooting super slow.
Hit. Splash one!
Still one in front of Panda! Get him, Blue Shark, get him! He's right there in front of the building, get him! He's hit!
Hit! Good shot.
Oh, dang! Holy shit! Holy shit! Oh my god, I love this thing! I love this thing, dude!
3, 2, 1.
Holy shit! Holy! Woo! Cross the field!
Damn man, I forgot I gotta do this stupid shit to record.
Down one in front of Panda!
Hey, who's that over there?
Barrels over there, y'all wait.
Hey, who's that behind you? Deep woods.
Where? Behind Midway?
No, tell me to the guy in the woods.
Did I get him? Oh, you got me. Ah. Down one, castle. Hold on. Down one, I died down.
Good work. Damn it, man.
Oh, yeah.
You go that way. I'm gonna see if I can get a flank going. Give me that. Shit, gas.
So, my final thoughts on the DWS Lupus, aka PSA Jackal, Palmetto State Armory Jackal. It's fucking phenomenal, man. It is awesome. Out of the box, it is honestly very, very, very accurate. Even the first day when I was shooting at 0.92 or 0.91, whatever it is, it was still like hitting people far out. The one long shot that I was excited about, I mean, like is considerably far. I mean, I can't really measure the distance honestly in hindsight, but I mean, like it was pretty far. But yeah. But once I took it out to 1.21 joules, that was the average chrono. It was shooting so much. It was so much further. I had to lower the hop a little bit as well, just because obviously I increased the joule rating. But it was hopping BBs perfectly fine. I will say when you run it a little bit higher, a little hotter, I would recommend heavier BBs. I just use threes as my default weight for everything. I think it's a good in between of 0.25s, and you know, most people with gas blowbacks, they run 3.6s. At least the people that I know that run gas blowbacks, they run 3.6s. And like, I don't know, 3 is just my default weight. It's a good in between weight for all of my replicas. The P90 shoots it, the MDRX shoots it, my LMG shoots it. So I just use 3s as my in between weight. But it was hopping them perfectly fine. It wasn't over hopping at all. But yeah. I don't know of any cons or any downsides I can really think about. I will say, it's probably the same thing with the real one. I haven't went in PSA as of late. Well, yet really. But I don't like that the rail doesn't go all the way up. I wanted to put this a little bit further up because where it sits now, to be on the buttons, my hand, also I just have big hands. It kind of pushes the charging handle back. So whenever the bolt goes back forward, it kind of feels like it's kicking you a little bit in the heel of your hand. It really isn't all that bad, honestly. And honestly, you don't have to have the same hand stop. You can just put a angled grip, foregrip, whatever it is, vertical grip, whatever you want to do with it. I don't know. I haven't had any real issues with this thing. Those 2 days that I used it, it was just shooting perfect. It was just shooting absolutely phenomenal, I'd say. The receiver wobble and the stock wobble very obviously didn't hinder any performance at all. And yeah, I don't really have anything negative to say about it. I mean, like, I'm not really all that like critical about gas blowbacks. I started in AEGs. AEGs is my main squeeze. I still want to go back and use that MDRX, but this is just, you know, new kid on the block. So I want to keep using this. But yeah, I don't really have anything that I can really critique about it. I honestly do like how it's set up. I like that the hop up is just this wheel right here. I like that it's just that right there. Very easy access to adjust on the field. Honestly, I just had to take my glove off to adjust the hop, and then, you know, I was right back in the game. So the end pass adjustment, I think it's a 1.5 millimeter hex head or hex screw. So, you know, that's something you can probably have in your toolbox or something, or just have like a small one on your kit and just keep that with you whenever you want to adjust jewel rating. But I have nothing negative to say about it. I have nothing negative to say about this thing. Yeah, it's just a phenomenal replica. I got an average LPV. I've had this thing for years on end, and I just kept putting it on different replicas. And I think it does fit, especially with this being a 13.7. I think it does fit on here. But yeah, an average LPVO, and then an AIM Sport red dot on a small little pick rail that's on the scope mount itself. The Tough Sole Maul that I have kept throughout the years. I'm just putting this thing on everything, and honestly, I just like the setup. I just like that it's real quick, laser, light. I like how simple it is. I have an Arasaka hand stop on here. I was gonna do a vertical grip, but I just kind of want to see how a hand stop felt, and honestly, it feels very good. And then right here, Reptilia. I don't know the exact model of Reptilia grip, but Reptilia grip, it's similar to the Magpul one. The main reason I got this is because they didn't have a Magpul one in my local PSA. But yeah. And the stock is just something I found and I just put on here. But yeah, fantastic replica. I think this is going to be the last replica that I buy. Well, it was a birthday present from from her. But yeah, it's incredible. I love it. If you have any questions, you can comment if you want to. I'll answer them since I don't really upload anymore. I'll just answer the comments. But yeah, that's about it on the DWS Lupus. I think it is a fantastic replica. And like I said earlier, if you want a really good in-depth review about it, I suggest watching Jaeger Precision, because he takes it all apart and goes through all the parts. So I recommend watching him. Yeah, that's about it. See you whenever I decide to upload again, which is probably going to be a while from now. All right, see you later.